YouTube, what's up? Zach or Immortal here. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today we are jumping back into the world of Call of Duty Black Ops 4 to take a look at the 1.08 title update and everything that came with it. The full patch notes have been released by Treyarch, and honestly this update is a lot smaller in terms of content than I thought it would be. I mean, it was almost 14 gigs on PlayStation in size, so I expected this update to contain a lot, but honestly, reading the summary of this update, it actually seems like it's more of a prep update and getting the game ready for the major content update coming next week, which we'll actually be talking about in tomorrow's video, so stay tuned for that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in and see what exactly changed in the 1.08 update. For starters, let's kick it off with multiplayer. There are some stability improvements, hardpoint spawn adjustments, care package and Hellstorm adjustments, player identity HUD updates, challenge fixes, some CWL custom game updates, and some miscellaneous gameplay fixes. In Zombies, there's some stability improvements across all maps and some Dark Ops challenge adjustments, and in Blackout, the kill cam and HUD identity also got some updates as well. On PS4 and Xbox One, the following adjustments have been made. In multiplayer, spawn adjustments have been made for hardpoint. As far as the multiplayer gameplay goes, they added calling card and emblems for killed enemies to the player HUD. This means when you kill someone now, you'll be able to see their calling card and emblem. There were also quite a few stability updates in multiplayer. They fixed crashes that could occur in the following scenarios: when a UAV was active while another player was joining the match, when a player disconnected during a Hellstorm strike, when a Seeker attacked a player in certain situations, when Firebreak's reactor core killed a player that was disconnecting, in kill confirmed when collecting the tag of a disconnected player, in Safeguard when the robot was shut down in certain situations, and finally during the Specialist draft when another player disconnected. Hopefully now, if one of those scenarios happened to you in the past, it won't cause your game to crash anymore. There were a few score streak adjustments. The care package, they improved the care package landing physics, and they addressed issues with the care package getting stuck and being flung off of the map. As far as the Hellstorm adjustments go, they addressed an issue that would allow the Hellstorm to lock onto targets that were under roofs and not reachable by the missile. I myself have experienced dying to Hellstorms in scenarios where I absolutely feel I shouldn't have, so I'm glad to see they are combating that. There's also been multiple updates to a couple of challenges. The 100%er challenge, the calling card now properly unlocks in the calling cards menu once you unlock it. For the Bring the Pain challenge, the kills with the dual-wield SOG 9mm now properly track towards this challenge, and for the Got Rocks challenge, vehicle destructions now properly track towards this challenge. A few CWL custom game updates were made as well. The Sensor Dart is no longer restricted, the Helion Salvo launcher is no longer restricted as well, and Torque is also no longer restricted. Select Spawn is now disabled, and players will now spectate other players instead of their own death position in CWL Hardpoint. As far as gear goes, Stim Shot will now be fully charged on respawn, and a few miscellaneous updates. They addressed an issue where the player's class could change mid-game if the Create a Class menu was not closed prior to spawning, and they also addressed an issue where gestures would get stuck in a loop and could not be interrupted by the player. Moving on to Zombies, Treyarch primarily noted that Zombies this week didn't get a ton of updates, but next week with the major content update, there would be a lot of stuff coming to the game. Honestly, most of the fixes here have to do with different crash scenarios, and I don't want to read out all of these for you guys because there's quite a few, but I will link the full patch notes down in the description if you guys want to check them out for yourselves. There was one miscellaneous update that did happen to Zombies, and that was moving one of the Dark Ops Master Calling cards into the correct tab. Then finally with Blackout, this has the least amount of updates of all of these modes, but like I mentioned earlier, a lot of the Blackout updates will actually be happening next week. As far as the gameplay goes, they added calling card, emblem, and echelon for killed enemies to the player HUD, and they also added enemy calling cards, emblem, and echelon to the kill cam. And that was actually everything that was updated in Blackout, so stay tuned next week because there should be a lot of content. There also were a few stability fixes in general. They fixed a crash that could occur during Torque's combat training in Specialist HQ when an enemy was entangled in the razor wire, and they also fixed a crash that could occur during Ajax's combat training in Specialist HQ when killing an enemy in certain situations. Treyarch did also note that tomorrow they'll be deploying the 1.08 update on PC with a different set of changes and different adjustments, but mainly the 1.08 update was a preparation update for next week when we'll get our brand new update that's going to feature a new operation and all sorts of crazy stuff like that. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we'll actually be talking about the, I would assume, 1.09 update in tomorrow's video, so make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel with your channel notifications turned on, that way you don't miss that. If you guys enjoyed this video or you found it helpful, be sure to drop a like, and if you're feeling extra spicy, drop a comment. I normally reply to all of them and heart most of them too, so I hope to see you down there. Normally these update patch note videos are like 10 to 15 minutes long. This one is just over 5. This was honestly a very small update for being, like I said earlier, like 14 gigs in size. So next week, I am expecting a lot. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video though. I think you guys will like it. Anyways, that is going to wrap it up for today. Thank you so much once again for tuning in. Until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.